Greetings, sirs and madams. I'm Seraphic Zero, and we're playing the Gundam Battle Operation 2 beta. So, we have a lot of new subscribers to the channel. That was really unexpected. But, yeah, I guess we're gonna try to avoid live commentary on the videos from now on, because, yeah, this game can get a little frustrating in ways, and, you know, I don't always, make my commentary very pleasant because of that. So we're gonna do post commentary, so just to make it easy on you guys, when possible. Like there are some of my videos where we're just kind of stuck with the live commentary, so I'm sorry for that. Okay, so on this match we are using the Gyan, which is a melee type mobile suit that I mained in the first game. Now the Gann it's actually very unusual for a melee type. So it's actually the first melee type mobile suit that can use a dodge roll. Like, so yeah, that's what made it special in the first game. And then its melee moveset is also very unique, because the Gann basically is using a fencing style moveset, and all of its attacks go directly forward. Like it doesn't. Yeah, we're not really off to a good start here, but you know, all my matches are sort of like that. So, in Gundam Battle Operation, you have basically you have three different types of melee attacks. You can go neutral, and usually that will attack forward. You can do side, like either left or right, and then back, which is your tripping attack. Now, all of the Gann's attacks go forward, so it's quite hard to aim its attacks. And then also, it's quite difficult for it to hit enemies on the ground. Although, if you use its right melee attack, this will actually tip the saber point down, and it will pretty much guarantee a hit on a downed enemy. But yeah, so the Gann is it's very challenging to use for a lot of people. But the thing about it is, its attacks can be very accurate, and it just does an unholy crap ton of damage. And then also its lunging attack, the downing attack, it actually has a lot of reach to it, because it steps in and does like a triple poke with its beam saber, so that can be quite good as well. And then like the fact that it can dodge roll gives it a lot of defensive mobility and stuff like that. So you can see on its left arm it has the needle shield that's very iconic to this mobile suit. They decreased its rate of fire from how it was initially in the first game. I guess people just started complaining that it was a little too broken. It should fire faster than it does, but basically it behaves very similarly to a machine gun. And something is really wrong with this guy. He just can't seem to take damage. Okay, that was weird. Alright, we're just gonna ignore that. I guess everybody's ignoring him. That was very weird. Yeah, so the needle shield has like the needles, and then I think there seems to be a pilot here. Yeah, so in the beta it was actually very hard to kill pilots, and the Gann doesn't have any Vulcans, so I'm gonna try using its hide bombs to get the pilot, because yeah, okay, it looks like the explosion caught him. Yeah, so in the first game, the hide bombs actually required the Gann to stand still in order to deploy them, but now you can actually deploy them while you're running, which is very useful. And the fact that the hide bombs, they generally do really high damage, and they cause stunning as well, so they're very good. I just need to figure out like a new, like a way to use the you know, because it works differently now, so I gotta figure out what's the best way to do, like, make use of that. Yeah, so between the first game and the new beta, I'd say the biggest difference in the Gann is that I think they generally made melee easier to pull off. Like, generally in the first game, you would... It's actually sort of difficult to land attacks with the Gann in the first game. It is now, but it feels like it's at least 5 times easier now. They did something to the hitboxes where you can more reliably land attacks, so that makes melee feel a lot better in the new game, so I'm really glad about that. And then of course, as a melee slash assault type, you have a type advantage over support types in this game, so I'm really supposed to be looking out for like things like gun cannons and snipers and stuff, and I'm basically there to execute them. Yeah, and Gyans are supposed to have a disadvantage against general types, like this Zaku right here, but the balance didn't ever, it never really quite worked that way in the first game, because melee types always did so much freaking damage. They almost had an advantage against everything, depending on, you know, the circumstances, but generally they could go head to head against pretty much anything and almost always win, like depending if they land the first hit and stuff like that. Yeah, they can get stun locked to death, but yeah, there's that. Yeah, so you can see I'm doing very heavy damage to this gun cannon, and God, I was hoping I could finish it off, but I got my legs broken. And of course, in this new game, like if your legs are broken, you can't tackle. And it just occurred to me the other day that they probably did it that way because in space, like, you can't break your legs, but if you break your backpack, that means you can't boost anymore, which makes sense. And, you know, if you can't boost, you shouldn't be able to tackle. But I think they sort of copy-pasted that rule, like, from space over to ground controls. So I think that's the reason for things being the way they are, but it still doesn't make any sense. So you really, yeah, I really hope they adjust that for the full game. Okay, so our team looks a little scattered. So we have a guy back at base. I'm not really sure what he's doing. I think he just got killed. Oh my god. We have a guy at the spawn point. I'm gonna go spawn in with him. And we have two of our guys attacking the enemy base. Yeah, but otherwise, we have a fairly good lead right now. Almost double the score. Okay, what's going on here? It's a Zuda using the anti-ship rifle. Yeah, and Zudas are very fragile. That looked a little weird, though. Did he not see me spawn in behind him or something? Okay, so our gun cannon looks like he's pretty damn hurt, but he and I are gonna push up here to re-engage with the enemy. Okay, I think our two guys who are assaulting the base, they got taken out. Looks like they were pretty much outnumbered. Okay, and I'm not gonna rush in because that would be suicidal. I'm basically staying here so I can basically lure them out to come out and attack me. And this Zuda's having a bit of a bad time, so I feel a little bit bad for picking on him. Okay, so this is Zaku and I traded blows, and I think I managed to do like a lot more damage to him than he did to me. Yeah, so make sure you make use of that dodge roll. It can really come in handy. Okay, so he came out to flank us, but I think his flanking maneuver failed really badly because my team just kind of turned around and outnumbered him, so yeah. Alright, that's time. Let's see how we did on the score. Okay, team win. Yeah, I think I sent the thank you tell. Alright, so it looks like, yeah, we had like a 3,500 lead, and it looks like our Zaku's did all the work. Yeah, so it turns out that bottom number for top, it means top diversion. I think that means if you're the person being targeted or shot at the most. And then the second page, what it does is it has all these detailed stats, and it actually compares you with your rival. And, you know, if you have the winning stat, then it counts like that number out of 10. But, alright guys, that's going to be it for this match, so hopefully you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.